Today, why FTX wants to let investors trade crypto derivatives and why some people aren't happy with the idea. Plus, another crypto company goes under, and when will the pace of crypto layoffs start to slow down? We try to find out. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto prices just slightly lower in the past 24 hours, with Bitcoin bouncing back into the $20,000 area and Ether settling at just over $1,100. Cardano dropped just by a bit to 46 cents. Okay, let's talk about today's top stories. Another crypto firm has gone bust, and this time it's Voyager Digital, a crypto brokerage that just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. According to its court filing, the company listed between $1 billion and $10 billion in assets and the same range in liabilities. Voyager said it had $1.3 billion of crypto assets on its platform and about $350 million in cash on behalf of its customers. Voyager also listed a big loss, a $650 million loan to Three Arrows Capital. That's the crypto hedge fund that recently collapsed after defaulting on that loan and several more. Voyager trades publicly on the Toronto Stock Exchange, where it's plunged nearly 98% in the past year. And as of this morning, its shares were suspended from trading and could get kicked off the exchange. Next, Sam Bankman-Fried's exchange, FTX, wants to change the way Bitcoin derivatives get handled on its platform. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. FTX is asking regulators to approve a plan that would allow individual investors to place risky, leveraged bets on Bitcoin without going through a broker first. They would place these bets directly on the FTX exchange. That's much different than how these kinds of trades, called derivatives, normally operate. Critics of the plan say it could threaten market stability and allows untrained investors to take on too much risk. FTX, however, says it's committed to protecting investors. Regulators at the Commodity Futures Trading Commission are currently considering the proposal and could make a decision later this year. Last headline, publicly traded crypto miner Core Scientific sold more than $165 million worth of Bitcoin last month. The company told investors yesterday that during June, with the crypto market in chaos, it sold some 7,200 Bitcoins at about $23,000 apiece. That netted them a cool $167 million. As of the end of the month, the crypto mining company still had just under 2,000 Bitcoins on its balance sheet, plus $132 million in cash. Core Scientific said the proceeds went toward buying more ASIC servers and debt repayments. Its CEO told investors that the company wants to strengthen its balance sheet during crypto winter, but that it won't stop expanding its mining operations. The company mined about 1,100 Bitcoins in June, which was about 37 Bitcoins per day, and up from the previous month. Okay, on to our main story. With crypto hedge funds, exchanges, and lenders all collapsing left and right, we wanted to check in on the crypto job market. It was a red-hot industry at the start of 2022. Now, not so much. According to the tracker layoffs.fyi, the crypto industry has laid off close to 3,500 workers this year alone. Coinbase, BlockFi, Bitpanda all laid off double-digit percentages of their workforces. CNBC's MacKenzie Sigalos spoke with Raman Shalupau, the founder of Crypto Jobs List, to find out more about the state of the crypto job market.
So if you're a senior in college right now with your heart set on breaking into the crypto industry, what do you have to say to them?
Right. So definitely stay up and be interested in the industry. Make sure to read as much as you can, learn all the terminology that is available about the crypto industry, and keep applying to positions in companies.
But right now, it feels like every single day there's a new announcement of mass layoffs, either at a crypto adjacent or a pure crypto company. Is there more of that to come? Are people even hiring anymore?
Right. So there's definitely a lot of companies that are still hiring, and they're actually speeding up their hiring process. I would not be surprised that there are more companies that are going to be laying off, and we might hear more negative news from the industry, maybe from some big funds and from big exchanges. But to my knowledge, we're definitely seeing a lot of companies in exchanges, like for example, Kraken or Binance or OKX. They're still hiring and they're very aggressive. They're actually using this downtime to kind of ramp up their human capital basically, and make sure that they have the best talent, and they're kind of capitalizing on all these layoffs that we are seeing. And in addition to these like large players, we're definitely seeing a lot of like a long tail of startups, NFT projects that are still hiring, and including my company, we're actually hiring ourselves, which is kind of a proxy to the rest of the industry a little bit.
So in terms of the jobs that are more highly coveted, or where recruiters are really looking to find fresh talent, what corners of the crypto job market are best to be gunning for at this point?
Right. Well, definitely, engineering positions are probably the most thought after, and they're probably the most lucrative and the most prestigious. But I think it's a common misconception that there are only technical positions out there. There's a lot of non-technical roles available, anywhere from marketing to legal to content, community management becoming like one of those roles that did not exist in any other industry, and it comes with its own set of challenges and set of specific skills on how to manage large communities, keep them engaged, stay away from scams and bad actors in different communities.
Now, in terms of the depressed crypto prices that we've seen, how much longer does this last? Are we in the midst of a multi-month or a multi-year crypto winter?
Right. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, but in my experience, being through several bear market cycles, I usually aim for maybe 1 or 2 more years, maybe pessimistic maybe 3 years, but it always bounces back sooner or later.
Okay, so if you're seeing a 1 to 2 year potential time horizon, I know that you said that you feel like media coverage skews to be a bit negative, which is why we're hearing more about crypto job losses than job creation. But do you anticipate more announcements of layoffs if indeed prices stay at this lower end of the spectrum?
Right. Well, I think I would say most of the companies that are still hiring, they're not really related to the prices. There's definitely much more agitage and enthusiasm, and the hiring is much more aggressive when the price is up and more people are willing to go in the industry. Both from companies themselves, new startups that are joining the industry, but also new talent who is either fresh out of college or the talent that is trying to switch from kind of Web 2 to Web 3 from traditional backgrounds. But I would say I usually look at bear markets as one of the best times to hire and also to find a job, because it really kind of removes all the noise, all the bad players from the market. And the same goes for companies. When they're hiring, they have fewer resumes to go through, but those resumes are usually much higher quality. They know that these people are not here just for short term, just to get to quick riches. So I'm definitely staying optimistic, and I'm hearing a lot of companies sharing similar sentiment.
And what about industry-wide trends? Are you seeing more people go to remote work, more competitive pay for the more highly coveted roles? Anything else that you've been noticing?
Right. Well, I think there's been almost like a decade-long shift to remote, and definitely I think crypto industry being one of the kind of originally remote first positions and industries where candidates are spread all around the world. And I think there was even been certain sentiment, with a lot of talent being moved away from Silicon Valley and innovation happening in Asia, in Europe, and in remote parts of the world. But what I'm seeing, like it seemed like in the past month we had like a record spike in terms of search volume for like remote crypto jobs. And I would suspect that that's being driven by the mass layoffs that we've seen earlier in June. And I'm not surprised that this sequence of events that we've been seeing.
And what about poaching candidates from other sectors? Where are they coming from? Like, which industries are they migrating from and into crypto?
Good question. So I think there are still a lot of people who are moving from traditional like online technology, from big tech, from Facebooks, Googles, and more people understanding that there's a lot of demand for blockchain engineers, for full stack engineers, for building on like EVM chains, EVM compatible chains, whether it's Ethereum or other chains. And these are very technically challenging roles as well. And I think it's very attractive to a lot of kind of senior talent that used to stay in big tech.
That's all for Crypto World today. We'll be back for more crypto news tomorrow, so we'll see you then.